today is Friday the 16th of April, which means it is my weigh-in day. So as usual, I'm going to start off by talking a little bit about how I've done this week and have a look at my calories, that kind of thing, and then I'll reveal my weigh-in, and then at the end I'll sort of like reflect on the week ahead going forward, what I want to change, what I want to keep doing, and all that good stuff. So this week then, I took a few sort of goals and whatnot from the previous week and things that I kind of wanted to work on. One of the main things being making sure that I tracked everything that I ate, because last week I wasn't very good at doing that. So it was really important for me this week to make sure that I tracked every single thing that I ate and I drank, and I did. I was really good with that. There wasn't anything that I left out of my diary. There was no point in which I was eating and thinking I'll log this later. I just made it a priority, and it worked. So really good with that. Definitely tracked everything, didn't leave anything out. In terms of like how I've been feeling in terms of wanting to binge or overeat or anything like that, in terms of like my emotional eating, I feel like that's been really under control. There's been no day where I've felt like I've had like an overwhelming urge to eat or to overeat or whatnot. So that's really good. I feel like I've got that quite under control at this moment in time. One of the other sort of like goals that I set myself was to try and drink more water, because I'd become really bad with that. I'd sort of like replaced the water with like diet pop and other kind of drinks, and I just didn't like that. I wasn't feeling as good as I was when I was drinking a lot of water. So I definitely tried my best. There were some days that were better than others with the water. I definitely felt like it was a lot better than last week. So it's an improvement. I'm still working on it. I'd like to drink more, but I definitely feel better for the water that I have drank this week, and it has definitely been an improvement. So I'm just gonna pull up my calories, or sort of like to look at the week. So here we go. So as you can see, on Saturday, that was a horrendous day for food. Saturday was a hangover day, so it was way up there. Sorry, my nose ring is bothering me. It was way up there, probably above 3,000. I did actually go in this morning and input all of the things that I ate throughout the day. But there was definitely more calories. There were things like fizzy pop and that kind of thing that I had. But it came to a total of 2,788 with all the kind of like main meals. And I know that it was more. So we're looking sort of like probably around the 3,500 mark. And I was totally fine with what happened. I kind of like made my peace with it on Sunday. Saturday was Saturday, and I just went ahead and thought, well, I'm not gonna let that derail my progress, because it's just one day. In the grand scheme of things, that one day is gonna be insignificant. When I get to goal, I'm not gonna think about that one day. Just carry on, do your best, keep doing what you're doing, and don't let it affect your week ahead. So on Sunday, I sort of like reflected, made some plans for the week, and just got on with it really. Just didn't let any sort of like negative emotions about my decisions on Friday evening or Saturday affect my week ahead. And I'm really glad I've got to a place in my journey where I can do that, because that is life essentially. You're not going to go through life and never have a meal out and eat over calories. There's always going to be an opportunity within life that you're gonna want to do that. It's not just down to like choices, it's down to like, you know, whether it's like a special meal out, or a wedding, or a birthday, or a barbecue, or a night out with your friends. Whatever it is, some occasions are going to be there, and if you can, well, if I can learn to make them a part of my life while still being on my weight loss journey, then that's the trick really. So that was that. But on Sunday, I woke up, had my protein shake, and I was like, right, okay, back to it now. And every single day I tracked and did everything I set out to do. Didn't go over calories. I think there was one day, Tuesday, I had 1,373. So just slightly over, but not so much to make a massive deal. I watched a couple of really fascinating and interesting documentaries at the beginning of the week that kind of made me rethink how I was eating. I don't know where I'm going to go with it, but so far this week I've eaten vegetarian and I've really enjoyed it. I've really loved every meal that I've had. I felt the best I've felt in a long time, let's just put it that way. So I don't know where I'm going to go with that. The documentaries really highlighted some things within the food industry and certainly things within myself that I wanted to change. So like I said, I don't know where that's going to end. I don't know if I'm going to transition into being full-time vegetarian. I don't know whether I'm going to look at where I'm sourcing the meat from and making sure that that's okay agriculturally and kind to the animals, but we'll see. But so far this week I've eaten full vegetarian and I've really enjoyed it. So the kind of meals that I've been having, I've tried to replace meat in some of the meals that I have more regular, like stir fries. I just used a meat alternative with that. A couple of nights I had things that I wouldn't normally have, but was very intrigued to try. One evening we had like a vegetarian sausage with sweet potato chips and some peas, which was like a healthy version of sausage and chips, I'd say, and it was absolutely delicious. Really enjoyed it. And then I've obviously been having my protein shakes for breakfast and lunch. That's still something that I'm super enjoying, and I can't see stopping anytime soon because I just really enjoy having them. I feel like they're really helping me with a lot of areas of my life when it comes to food, helping keeping me full, helping nourish my muscles after I've worked out or gone on a really long walk. And also I just really enjoy it. Like, I never thought I'd be the person that would say I'm choosing a protein shake over like a different breakfast option, but it is a choice and it's not taking any effort to make the choice. So that's definitely something that's changed within me that I'm really enjoying noticing. So yeah, not done too bad in terms of, well, done really well in terms of calories and tracking and what I've eaten. Everything I've eaten as well has been pretty nutritious, I'd say. To some degree it's going to aid my body and help my body. So I'm really pleased with my effort levels in terms of what I've eaten this week. Really happy with that. According to my fitness pal, my net average, so my day, if you was to take my weekly calories and divide them by 7, it would work out that I've had 1,350 calories a day. So that would take me 353 calories over my goal of 1,300. So that's that. In terms of exercise, I this week returned to work, physical work. So we reopened the studio and sort of like daily life is somewhat coming back into play in the UK. So a lot of the coronavirus restrictions have been lifted, which means that a lot of places are now open, including my small business. So it was interesting to see, or I was interested to see how that was going to, if at all, affect my weight loss, if it was going to have any, if it was going to play a negative part or a positive part or whatever. And I'm really pleased to say that it didn't seem to affect it in any way, shape or form. The only thing is I didn't work out as much as I would have hoped this week. I worked out yesterday and I went on quite a long-ish walk. I think it was on Tuesday, I can't remember. So I'm not too fussed about that, to be honest. I did intentionally want to make a workout plan. That didn't happen, but I don't mind, because I think I've said this a few times before, but the exercise element in my journey has got nothing to do with my weight loss. It's all about how I feel, making me feel better, making me feel stronger, helping me with my mental health, because it really does. So that's one reason why I want to increase it. But in terms of like my weight loss, that's not like the be all and end all. I did get into a bit of a rut with my workouts where I set myself very strict, regimented workout plans, and if I didn't do one, I'd really beat myself up about it, because I'm so all or nothing. I didn't think, oh, that's okay that you've missed this morning's workout, just go on a walk later, or just work out tomorrow. It would literally sabotage the whole week. So that wasn't a healthy mindset to be in. So then I sort of like took a step back from it, but then started to welcome it back in, and it's something that I really look forward to doing now. So yesterday when I woke up and had the time and I did it, I really enjoyed every second. And I think that's the key, is learning to say, wake up and not think I have to work out today, but you know, I get to work out today. And that's something that I did yesterday. So I see that moving into a more positive place where I will just fit it in. There won't be any excuses. It will just become part of my daily life. But I'm not there yet. I'm getting there, and I'm happy with that progress. I think the fact that I woke up yesterday and could have made excuses not to do it, but did it because I wanted to, is huge progress. So moving on to my weigh-in. So this morning I weighed in. Just bear with me 1 second. I've set my, I did it to see the difference in this week and last week, but I forgot. I forgot to put it back. There we go. Okay, so this week I weighed in at a 14 stone 5.2. Silence, it's very rare that I'm speechless, but I mean, I'm overjoyed about it, but I don't even know how to articulate my feelings about this. So in comparison to last week, I have lost 4 pounds since last week. 4 pounds since last week. That's crazy. I'm still like shocked. I got on the scales this morning and I had to get off and get back on multiple times to go, what? 4 pounds? Yeah, I'm still like gobsmacked by this. I mean, I totally deserve it because I've worked really hard this week in terms of tracking, making sure I eat really well. I don't think my yesterday's workout has anything to do with it. I think it's purely down to my diet this week. So yeah, 4 pounds down from last week, 0.9% body fat down and 0.7 BMI, and that brings me to an overall total of 1 stone 10 pounds, 6.7% of body fat, and I'm 4.5 down in BMI. Absolutely mental. Mental. So I wasn't expecting it because of my significant calorie intake on Saturday. I was obviously 2,000 calories at least over on Saturday, and I kind of did the maths in my head and thought, well, if I track every day and eat to calorie goal every day, I could see it being a maintain, potentially a pound loss, but 4 effing pounds. Wow, that is also a testament to the fact that if you do have a day where you overeat, or you do have a day that you don't meet your goal, then in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. Just pick back up the next day. Just keep on the next day. Don't let it sabotage the rest of your week, because the majority of time is what counts. What you do the majority of the time counts. Now, I'm a bit gobsmacked by it because I just didn't expect to lose 4 pounds. I feel like I've eaten really well. I've never felt like really hungry and thought, my God, I want to go and eat the house, you know. I felt really satisfied. I've really enjoyed everything I've eaten. The only thing I've done differently this week is obviously tracked my calories, tracked my intake. I've not eaten meat this week, which is an interesting thought. Like, is that contributing to the extra weight loss? But if you watched last week's weigh-in, I maintained, there was a very slight gain, as someone very kindly pointed out in the comments. A gain's not a maintain, but for me, if it's like point something of a pound, I could have just needed to go to the toilet. And for my mental health and well-being, if I want to class that as a maintain, that has more value to it than that point of a pound, because essentially it is, you know. It's not like it, that's just how I work, and it obviously works for me. So last week was like a maintain, and the 2 weeks prior to that I consecutively lost 2, so that would be 4 weeks ago now, would it? So £2, £2, maintain, £4. So I'm just gonna say, like, it's averaged out at like £2 a week. Maybe the extra weight that I've lost this week was I should have lost it last week, so now it's showing up on the scale. Who knows? Who knows? The world of weight loss is so crazy. Like, it's so up and down, and that's why you've got to be consistent. And I'm so glad I'm staying consistent, because it's moments like this that really sort of like teach me that my journey, my plan that I'm on is working. It will work. It's going to work. It is working. I've lost 1 stone, 10 pounds. Okay, it might have taken me a little bit longer than the average person. Some people might have had consecutively £2 losses from the week that they started, but I'm me, and I'm on my own journey. And I think I want to just say something about the different plans are, because I think since day one I've constantly had, I don't want to say criticism, because I don't think it's criticism, and I think everything that everyone said to me has come from a very kind place. I don't think I've had any malicious comments or anything like that, but I've definitely doing this on YouTube and having a presence online, losing weight. I'm opening myself up to public opinion, which I totally understand, and I also totally appreciate, because there's been a lot of points throughout this journey where I've been told something and I've kind of listened to it and thought, okay, maybe I'll look into that, and it's really, really helped and benefited me. And there's been points where people have said things and I've gone, well, I'm not sure about that. But the thing is, there isn't a one size fits all weight loss plan, because we are so individual. The fact that there are so many different methods out there to lose weight is just testament to that. And whether it is a ketogenic diet, whether you're following some kind of Atkins diet, whether you're doing the Mediterranean diet, whether you're calorie counting, whether you're Weight Watchers, whether you're Slimming World, whether you're intermittent fasting, whatever the plan is, essentially it just comes down to calories in and calories out. Now that's the sort of like method, that's the science, that's how it works, but each of them plans have their own ideology around it. For instance, I can't attach the terminology sin to food. I can't have a unlimited supply of pasta or potatoes. That doesn't work for me. However, that does work for somebody else. That's why there's so many people with Slimming World success stories. But I can guarantee you, if I did Slimming World, I wouldn't lose weight, because I'd think, okay, I can have as much mashed potato as I like, and I would go hell for leather with that. And I would attach the sin terminology to food, and that in turn would make me think I want to eat the sin food. So that doesn't work for me. So what I'm trying to say is, trust in your plan, trust in your process. This is you as an individual. And when we start a weight loss journey, you know, there's so much information that gets thrown at us about what we should be doing, what we shouldn't be doing, what we should eat, what we shouldn't eat, do this, have this, do this, do this. And it can become very overwhelming. And I think that's just part of doing an online weight loss journey. And I think genuinely everybody does want to help, but you have to find something inside you that you believe in yourself and you trust yourself. Because if I had listened to all the different opinions about what I was doing, whether it was right or wrong, I might have given up, or I might not have got here today. I had to just trust in myself that what I was doing was right for me. And I think I'm not at goal yet. I've not lost all the weight yet, but I've lost 1 stone 10 pound of it, and I don't binge eat anymore, and I'm a lot happier, I'm a hell of a lot healthier, and I'm on the road to something absolutely amazing. And if I'd have stopped at any point and gone, right, I'm doing this wrong because so many people are saying that I should be doing this, then I might not have got here. So you have to trust yourself, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to trust the process. Because one massive thing that I've learned so far is that you have to have patience, you have to give it time. It will work, you will get there. And I still have to say it to myself today, because there's moments where I'll just get so impatient and be like, I want it now, I want this now. And this time in a year, on my 33rd birthday, I'm gonna really thank myself. I'm gonna look back at this video and go, thank you, past self, for not giving up, for trusting in yourself, for continuing to change when change needed, for adapting and believing and trying and not giving up. And everything I've just said, also, if you are following a plan and you think, okay, this isn't working for me, try a new plan, try something new, try something else new, try something else until it fits, until you find that fit. Because like I said, every plan is so different and unique to itself, but ultimately it's about calories in, calories out. That's what it all comes down to. But if, you know, we had one t-shirt that had to fit everybody, it just wouldn't work. So trust in the process, trust in the process. So that's it. That's my little rant about everybody being individual and different, and learn to just accept that you've got to trust your own belief, and you know you better than anybody. And don't get me wrong, you know, like I said, I've taken advice from people and it's really helped. I've had like friends who, you know what they're talking about, and they've given me advice and I've taken it on board. I've made it work for me, and it's really helped. So there's nothing wrong with taking advice, but don't become overwhelmed to the point where you don't know what you're doing. just you know, you need to look at yourself. Or what I've done is looked at myself and my lifestyle and how I live and how I want to live, and adapted it to work around that, for it to be as sustainable as possible. Now that was a huge long run, and if you've got here, you deserve a medal. But just to round up, going forward into this new week, then I'm going to just continue to do what I did this week, because it worked tremendously well. If anything, I'm just going to try and implement a couple more workouts, try and up my water a little bit more, continue to probably eat vegetarian because I'm not, there's after them documentaries, and the thought of eating meat and fish right now is not the most desirable for me. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead into the new week and do exactly what I've done this week, track everything, be very mindful, try and work out as much as possible, and we'll see. Hopefully what I'm doing is working for me now. I do think since I've introduced counting my macros, that's been a huge revolution to everything that, you know, I'm doing. I think that really has changed things for me, having my protein, fat and carbohydrate goal. Like I've said and continue to say, my body hates carbs. I love them, my body hates them. We're in a love-hate relationship with the carbs. So although I am learning to, I'm finding carbs that are better, that my body seems to not have much of an issue with. So we'll see. I think eventually I'm gonna get to a point where I can really understand the food that works for me and go ahead and just eat all that food. So we've got 2 more weigh-ins left of April, I do believe. So potentially another £4 off, which would take me to maybe bang on 14 stone. How sick would that be? Then I could go ahead into May and see if I can get into that new stone bracket, be in the 13s. That would be awesome. But thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, I rambled and rambled and rambled. So if you have got here, high five to you. You deserve it because I am a rambler. But £4 this week. I'm so happy with that. I'm so happy. And a super, super big thank you to everybody who subscribed this week. Everyone who's new here, welcome. And I don't think I'm going to be filming very much over the weekend, but I am going to track and I am going to be on plan, and I probably will see you again potentially for a what I eat in a day over the weekend. If not, Monday will be the next day I film. But thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay happy, healthy and well.